This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
State Representative Joel Kretz says if Western Washington legislators want to protect wolves in the eastern part of the state, they should have some of the animals in their neighborhood.
The YMCA camp at Lake Wenatchee is normally in a tranquil state of hibernation during the winter.
The Wallop Warriors had to win out to have a shot at making districts, and the Royal Knights had to win out to have a shot at making the number 1 seed.
Attending a high school girls basketball game in the small town of Cashmere is starting to look more and more like Media Week at the Super Bowl all the time.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News. And it starts now.
State Representative Joel Kretz says if Western Washington legislators want to protect wolves in the eastern part of the state, they should have some of the animals in their neighborhood. In a jab at a Bainbridge Island Democrat whose bill would prevent lethal wolf removal by the state, the Wakanda Republican introduced a bill on Friday that would create a gray wolf sanctuary in her neck of the woods.
With this bill, we can deliver them right to them. I've had lots of offers from the 7th District. If you need my stock trailer, I'll bring a load of wolves.
Kretz, a full-time rancher, has long opposed increased protection for the gray wolf, which is considered endangered in eastern Washington by the State Department of Fish and Wildlife. The agency has carried out wolf kills in instances where the animals have attacked livestock, even eradicating an entire pack in Ferry County in 2016. There are an estimated 120 gray wolves in the state, decades after they were hunted and trapped nearly to extinction. It's not the first time Kretz has tried such a stunt. He sponsored a bill in 2013 to release wolves on Whidbey Island, and has said he may offer legislation to take the wolves off the state's endangered species list altogether. None of Kretz's measures are likely to pass a Democratic-controlled House and Senate, but Brian Blake, chairman of the House Agriculture and Natural Resources Committee, said neither are Appletons. Jefferson Robbins, iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by...
Change doesn't have to be complicated. With a low-profile microwave hood combination that's ready to install right out of the box. It fits in the same space as your under-cabinet hood, so you can get your microwave off the countertop and make space for the routines worth keeping. The low-profile microwave hood combination, from the #1 selling appliance brand in the USA.
Whirlpool Appliances, now available at more furniture in Ephrata.
The YMCA camp at Lake Wenatchee is normally in a tranquil state of hibernation during the winter, but a few weeks back, its grounds were buzzing with the excitement of over 7 dozen children who were there for the first ever Wondersland field experience. The 3-day, 2-night adventure was the creation of Wenatchee School District STEAM educator Tina Nickpan Brown and included the participation of 90 fifth grade students from her own classroom and those of other teachers at Lincoln Elementary School. During their camp excursion, the kids engaged with the area's many outdoor wonders through a combination of science, technology, engineering, arts, and math learning experiences. Day 1 featured a snowshoeing hike to the Leavenworth National Fish Hatchery for a flurry of snow science activities, after which about half of the students spent the night in the camp's log cabins, cozying up in sleeping bags with only wood-burning stoves to keep them warm. The second day of camp included everything from watercolor art and field journaling to building snow shelters and even telescopes, which they would later use that evening to do a little constellation hunting in the winter skies overhead while gathered around the campfire to sing songs and play tunes on their handmade canjos. The camp experience wrapped up on day 3 with a lesson in wildfire biology, which included instruction on winter survival skills and maintaining forest health. Numerous community partners assisted the district in the implementation of the camp's curriculum and necessary supplies. Each child was outfitted with snow pants, boots, blankets, and toiletries for their 3-day stay, and all the meals served were provided and prepared by volunteers. Reporting for iFIBER 1 News, I'm Chris Hansen.
This segment is brought to you by...
Your taste buds bored? Well, then bring them to Jay's Teriyaki. Not only does Jay's have a variety of teriyaki dishes, they also offer mouth-watering salads and sides. Call Jay's 509-764-5155. Jay's Teriyaki, located at 123 East Broadway in Moses Lake, because it's all in the sauce.
The Wallop Warriors had to win out to have a shot at making districts, and the Royal Knights had to win out to have a shot at making the #1 seed. Last time these two teams played, Royal limped out of Mattawa with a 1-point victory, and the Warriors looked to make things hard on the Knights a second time. The Knights broke through early, taking a quick lead, which they never relinquished. Wallop pushed back in the second quarter to erase the Knights' lead, but Royal still entered halftime up 32-19. The game was effectively ended in the third quarter. The Knights began the third quarter on a 21-0 run before the Warriors finally made a basket with under 15 seconds left to keep from being shut out in the third. The Warriors bounced back and fought hard in the fourth, but the damage was done, and the Knights rolled on for the big win, 68-31.
Last time we played them, we had like 28 turnovers, so we had to not turn it over as much, take care of the ball, and then just play fast like we always try to do, good defense. That's one thing we always try to do, so nothing really special.
The loss by the Warriors clinches the district spot for College Place and Warden. No team has clinched their seeding in the SCAC East, but Warden holds a tiebreaker over College Place, and Connell holds a tiebreaker over Royal. I'm Adam Chikoski for iFIBER 1 Sports.
Attending a high school girls basketball game in the small town of Cashmere is starting to look more and more like Media Week at the Super Bowl all the time, thanks to the emergence of star point guard Haley Van Lith as a top 3 national collegiate prospect for the class of 2020. In spite of all the paparazzi-generated hype on Tuesday evening, there still was a game of hoops to be played with league implications between the hometown Bulldogs and the visiting Bulldogs of Okanagan. Through the opening 4 minutes of the first quarter, it appeared that the 5-14 road dogs just might give the 16-2 home dogs a game, with the score knotted at only 2 apiece and Cashmere looking frigid from the field in the process. But unlike a watched pot on the stove, the fans and cameras whose eyes were trained on both Van Lith and the hometown Bulldogs didn't have to wait long for each to boil over, as Cashmere proceeded to take the game from a 2-all tie to a score of 40-2 with a 38-0 run over the next 9 minutes of the contest. The home Bulldogs had the game completely out of reach after 16 minutes, leading by the count of 47-5 at halftime. Van Lith finished the contest with 28 points as Cashmere remained undefeated in Caribou Trail play this season at 11-0 with a 72-19 victory. Cashmere Athletic Director Jeff Carlson says the ever-widening spotlight on Van Lith has been fun for the fans and had a positive impact on both the girls' basketball program and the school.
We're excited about the publicity that our girls basketball program in general is bringing, but obviously Haley, with the success that she's having nationwide, there's a lot of publications, media publications nationwide that want to be here and be a part of it. So it's something we're excited about and embracing. You know, it has been a lot of fun, and you know, it's something we're excited about. Coach Darnell's done a great job with his team and making sure to keep them grounded, and Haley herself is very humble throughout this whole process. So yeah, you know, it's something we're having fun with and embracing.
Cashmere will try and finish off a perfect run through the Caribou Trail when they close out their 2018-19 regular season schedule against the rival Cascade Kodiaks in Leavenworth on Friday.
This is iFIBER 1 News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at iFiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.